So in this demo, what we're looking to show you is a basic storage systems configuration using eConfig Cloud. So when you load up eConfig Cloud, you have a couple of additional options to choose from. You can either create an initial order, which is what we were looking to do, or you can create an upgrade, which is using existing systems to build on top to basically upgrade it. There's the repository item, which I'll show you, which is kind of new to eConfig Cloud as compared to the desktop release, and also opening local CFR files. So this is, say, if you had existing files from the desktop version, the classic version, that you wanted to reuse, or anything that somebody might have sent you previously. So what I'll do, I'll look to create an initial order. So once you get to the initial preferences page, the first thing you have to do is to select your server to configure on. Obviously, I'm based here in the UK, so it makes sense for me to select the London. Configuration name is the first question you get asked by the configuration tool. This is quite relevant. So what it will do, whatever you put in here, it will export as that configuration name. Also, it will save it in your repository as that too. It has to be unique to your particular repository. So what we'll look to do in this particular demo is to run through a flash system 7200. You can also add in description if you wish to add further information. So I'll start the configuration. And what the tool does, it launches you into the global settings. Global settings includes items such as what region you're in. This is for items such as pricing, keyboards, power, all those type of items. Also within this item, you can actually select within withdrawn products if you wish to do so. Say if you're adding something that you can no longer get and you wish to add something to an older system. Also within this area, you have default options for your software settings, so your maintenance term and how you're actually shipping it. It applies across your configuration as you develop it. So if I select on OK, I'll go to finish. So I'm actually starting to look into build my configuration now. So there's two ways to start your configuration. You can either look to search the catalog. So if you know your existing system number, that is pretty helpful and it's much quicker. The other easy way to do it is just to roll through the menus, and then you'll be able to select on the items that you want. So for this particular configuration, we're going to do a flash system. So here you can see all the systems offered by IBM that are currently in the market. So today, we're going to just focus on the 7200. So again, I can just add that to my configuration, and then we'll go into the actual depths of what we actually wish to configure. So there's two ways to navigate this menu. You can either click on the individual items, or the easiest and simplest for especially beginner users is just to use the tabs, and then it will actually keep track of which areas of configuration you've actually covered. So one of the key items of the Flash 7200 is to define whether it's going to be all flash, and if you want a high availability solution too. So I'll roll through that. And in this configuration, I'll actually add an extra adapter, so we can add an expansion on just to show you. Again, please note that this configuration is just solely an example, and we're happy to help you if you have a particular customer requirement. So what I'll do, put 24 drives within the actual controller units and upgrade the cache. Again, these are all the options that you see in the desktop version, the classic version. Exactly the same way of doing it, the exact same logic. So as per the other tool, on the desktop, it will always recommend that you use your SAM director. I tend to configure these separately as it makes it much easier to decide later on. So what I'm going to look to do here is add an expansion closer. So attach that to our control unit. And again, you start to go into the depth of the configuration. So here, I'll jump around a bit. And just go to drives. One of the good functions of with eConfig Cloud, because it's a web-based tool, you can use Control F to find items that you're looking for, and it makes it much easier to select on them. Say if you're looking for a huge list of particular items. Also, is that there is the find feature function, which if you're looking for a particular feature within your file, it will then direct you where that would be. So available in drives / SSD. So here we are, drives, SSD. Yeah. So I OK that configuration. So we've now added our expansion closure. And again, as per always, you have your additional software if you wish to add it. Have I OK that? So we've completed our configuration here. You can look to copy it or multiply it if you wish to do so. If I click on finish, clicking on finish is one of the most important things you can do in eConfig Cloud, because what it does, it completes your configuration and it'll save it within your repository. See? So I'll complete these remaining actions. And for the purpose of this demo configuration, we'll mark it as complete. Yep. So my configuration is finished. So if I go to provide proposed, I'll be able to get a view of what I have actually configured within the tool. So there's my control enclosure with my associated software, and there's my expansion with the associated software. Also, you can select on the diagram. It gives you a view of what you configured. It's helpful if you've done multiple systems or if you have a rack configuration. On the left-hand side of the screen, we can tab that out to see the different individual items. Say if you're wishing to add software onto that particular product, this is where you would do that. Also, it's worth me showing you the repository. So one of the beauties of eConfig Cloud is that you can open multiple sessions. And you can see here all my repositories. One of the good things about the repositories is that you can click on a particular configuration. This is the one that we've just done now. And we can look to do a number of things with it. You can either restore it, you can view it, you can share it, you can export it, which I'll show you shortly, and of course you can trash it. The share function I find particularly useful. So all you have to do to share it is click on it, and then this screen will pop up. You'll then enter your partner world IDs of the person that you want to share it with. So whatever they're logging into partner world with, you can share it as a collaborator or an owner, and that gives them the ability to work with you and to check over your configuration if you wish to do so. Also, you can lock configurations if you don't want people to delete them, if you want to keep them forever. And also you can see that I can also view files that people have shared with me too. So if I go back to my configuration, I can look to export that. There's a number of ways to look into export that. You can either look to do it as multiple individual files or a compressed zip. You can either save it or you can actually add it to email you. So if I click on the multiple file option, what it will do, it'll export it. All these individual files that I've selected will then just appear in my download section on my desktop laptop. Yep. Or for me, the most efficient way of doing it will be to use that into the compressed zip file. This is a particularly useful function for emailing files. Say if you were using on a system that was not in your ownership, say if you were using eConfig Cloud on an iPad, the better way to export it would probably be to email it yourself. It makes it much simpler to do so. So that concludes our video here for a storage configuration. If you have any questions, myself and the Tech Data team are happy to help you, or we can set up individual one-on-one sessions if you wish to do so. Thank you.